Alrighty, so many people think the Bulls got fleeced on draft night and the Timberwolves won the whole draft night. And honestly, it's hard to disagree. The Timberwolves did sort of fleece them. So this is the official trade. It's Zach LaVine, Chris Dunn, and the Timberwolves first round pick, which is Lauri Markkanen, to the Bulls for Jimmy Butler, and their first round pick, which is Justin Patton. I had to put Isaiah Cannon in because the Bulls would have too many players, but Isaiah Cannon isn't actually part of the deal. So this is the official deal, but I have to put Isaiah Cannon in. So, yep, all user teams accept the trade. Timberwolves, they have a lot of young talent, but they still have not made the playoffs with their young talent. Unlike the Sixers, their young talent has actually played. Out of their big three, the Sixers' big three, the three of them have played a combined 31 games, which is Embiid, Simmons, and Fultz. I mean, Fultz hasn't really ever gotten the chance to play, but in 1 year, Simmons played no games, and in 3 years, Embiid played 31 games. The Timberwolves' young talent has played. And now they're getting exactly what they need, a veteran leader and an all-star for sure. And they already have Karl-Anthony Towns, who's basically an all-star. By the way, I'm doing this on my league, and Wiggins is sort of injured, so just don't care about that. That's not a big deal. Where was I? They're getting an all-star, they're getting a veteran leadership. Coach Thibodeau of the Timberwolves, he was the coach of the Bulls for a while, and he coached Jimmy Butler, so he knows Jimmy Butler pretty well, which is an advantage for both Tibbs and Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler was actually in Paris when his agent told him he was traded. He had no comment. The people of Chicago love Jimmy Butler, and they love him back. No, and he loves them back, my goodness. But he might be a little sad, but this is good for him, because now he's on a good team. Or he can make them a good team, because they should be a good team, but they're not a good team. And they're going to be like the 5 seed next year in a very good Western Conference. 5 seed, 6 seed, maybe even 4 seed. That team is really darn good. They did have to trade away a very solid young piece of Zach LaVine, but Zach LaVine tore his ACL last season, and his game is a lot on athleticism. Let's look at Derrick Rose, former Chicago Bull. And there's been Timberwolves rumors that they might get him. His game was pretty much a lot of athleticism. Tore his ACL. He was never the same. That very well could be Zach LaVine. So that's one question mark. If he didn't tear his ACL, Zach LaVine wouldn't be a question mark. Zach LaVine would this is a little more riskier with the Zach LaVine injury. Chris Dunn was the 5th overall pick last year. He was a veteran. He was a junior. He wasn't a freshman. No, he was a junior. He sucked last year. He sucked. It was not pretty. I don't think they should give up on Chris Dunn. I mean, obviously, if it means getting Jimmy Butler, then they should. But the Bulls are getting 3 very good young players. They also got the 7th pick. They swapped first-round picks, which maybe it'd be a little better for the Bulls if they got to keep their first-round pick, which the Timberwolves took Justin Patton from Creighton with. Maybe the Bulls, that would have definitely helped them, but that just was icing on the cake. With the 7th pick, the Timberwolves got Lauri Markkanen, and if I was the Bulls, I would take Lauri Markkanen too. They just got 2 new guards, so I take like a Dennis Smith or a Frank Ntilikina or Malik Monk, when you could use a big man more like Lauri Markkanen. He could shoot. I mean, you need shooters in this league, and the Bulls' shooting sucks. It sucks. Jimmy Butler's a solid shooter, but they don't have Jimmy Butler. Zach LaVine's a solid shooter, but I mean, I think he's a solid shooter, but he might not be good. I mean, shooting doesn't really have to do with athleticism, so maybe he'll still be good at that, even if, you know, like, he isn't as good, he could still shoot. He's definitely better than Derrick Rose at shooting. I don't know how I just got out of bounds there, but, so, grades, Timberwolves, I gotta give him an A+. It's kind of a little hard to give him an A or an A+, but they needed that. They've been losing even with their young talent, and they need someone who's really good, and they got someone who is really good. And they didn't even have to give up that much. They had to give up Zach LaVine, Lauri Markkanen, and Chris Dunn, and that's 3 solid pieces, but none of them are like all-star caliber players. None of them are somewhat people who can build a franchise around, unless Lauri Markkanen is as good as Kristaps. But the odds of that are slim. He could be as good as Kristaps, and maybe this trade will be good for the Bulls. Bulls, it's a hard choice to give them a grade. I would be deciding between a B and B minus, but I'm going to give them a B and a minus just because I feel like it. Because I feel like they're just not getting enough in return. They could get more. They could get multiple picks from a team that has multiple picks. Like the Kings. I don't know why the Kings want Jimmy Butler if you think about it, so that'll be kind of stupid. We have 3 points. We are doing trash. This has not been pretty. I don't know why I am doing so bad. But I'm kind of lost. I really have no clue. But, okay. So the Bulls, oh my word. Wow. Anyway, the Bulls have finally realized that they suck. Last offseason, they could have traded Jimmy Butler, but they decided not to. They decided to get better. They decided to sign Dwayne Wade and Rajon Rondo. Well, that helped them lose in the first round. Now, they finally realized that they suck. They finally realized they need to rebuild. They had the Kings pick, I believe, next year. Don't quote me on that, but I think they might have the Kings pick next year. That has top 3 potential. They did have, I think, a very solid draft. Got De'Aaron Fox, got Frank Mason from Kansas. Go Jayhawks. I find it kind of funny that the Kings drafted someone from Kentucky, North Carolina, and Justin Jackson, Duke, and Harry Giles, and then Kansas and Frank Mason. Like, those are like the 4 biggest schools, which is kind of hilarious if you think about it. I kind of want to score because this has been embarrassing. But the Bulls have realized the Bulls are not going to be good for a little bit. The Bulls, they really haven't done anything since the MJ era. While they had an MVP in Derrick Rose, who was, what, 21, 22 years old, the youngest MVP ever? Yeah, he tore his knee, and bye-bye goes Derrick Rose's career. Yeah, that sure is nice. Derrick Rose was good for 3 years, about. Then injuries. Jimmy Butler was good for a while. They really don't have anyone on their team. I like Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis is someone you can build a franchise around. Zach LaVine isn't someone you can build a franchise around. Chris Dunn, he might be a bust. I don't have a clue. Lauri Markkanen, he's never played in the NBA, so I can't really say how good he'll be. But he's not going to be a superstar. Most likely, he could theoretically be a superstar. Maybe the Bulls will win this trade in 5 years. Maybe they'll all be all-stars. I don't know. Maybe Chris Dunn needed something different from Minnesota because Minnesota, they barely gave him any minutes. The Bulls are going to give him good minutes. Maybe he won't start. I mean, the Bulls' point guard situation is so bad. Maybe they should have drafted Dennis Smith, if you think about it. Even if Chris Dunn would have been good, because no one has any clue how... Oh my gosh, I can't make a shot. Thank you, Pekovic. Thank you, Nikola Pekovic. 5 points. Why am I bad at 2K today? I have no clue. Jimmy Butler has 0 points, so I sure feel good about myself. I don't think Zach LaVine has any points. But I do think the Timberwolves won draft night. And they didn't even... the best player they drafted was Justin Patton. So, I mean, if you told me the team that won the draft night's best player they drafted was Justin Patton, I'd say no. Not that Justin Patton's a bad player. I like Justin Patton. But that was a really nice trade. By the way, that was not about... Clearly did not go in. Yeah. Yeah, that was not in time.